What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. What's cracking? Back with some more Magic Johnson, Larry Bird reaction video content. This one submitted by longtime supporter, subscriber, Carolyn Waddell. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Well, I know I'm pronouncing your first name right, but your last name, Waddell, I think that's how I pronounce it. But she passed me this video, it's a short video, about a minute long, but it highlights one of the times, or I guess with the exception of when they played together in college, and then when they played together in the Dream Team, with the exception of those two times, they played together in a, I guess you could say, an exhibition game or a promo game, Magic Johnson's Summer Nights. And I've seen some highlights from them playing in this game and a few YouTube videos, but any chance I have an opportunity to embark on that journey again, or maybe see some new highlights that weren't in the other ones, I'm all for it, baby. I'm all for it. Let's get into it. Good pass. Another great pass. That was a YouTube short. Some good passing highlights there and finishes. You got Magic Johnson, you got Larry Bird on the floor. You ain't got to worry about nothing. That ball is going to get in your hands, or that ball is going to get inside the bucket, no question about it. Now, Magic Johnson hosted this summer night event. This was his event. He orchestrated this whole thing. He got the team situated. It was a whole, it's kind of, I guess you could say, similar to like what an all-star weekend would be, right? And this Magic Johnson midsummer, I think it was called Midsummer Night. I don't know if he still does them anymore. Now, I know I don't know if he was doing them every year. Now, these were charity games, if I'm not mistaken. All the money involved would go to charity, if I'm not mistaken. But I know he did some in the early to mid 2000s. I don't know if the name changed to Magic Johnson's All-Star Game, or if it was still Midsummer Nights. But he was still orchestrating these charity basketball events, because I vaguely remember seeing like Paul Pierce and maybe Stevie Francis or Baron Davis, one of the two, playing in this event. But I vaguely remember. Now, I haven't heard much about it since then, or anything about it. So I'm just going to assume that he's not holding these charity basketball games anymore. But if he's not, I think he should. I would love to see it. But I would rather see it with, players that played from maybe the first decade of 2010s and that, and back. Like, I don't want to see these players. I don't want to see the current players playing this, because we see these guys playing the All-Star game already, and it's not fun to me. It's not fun. So I'd rather see some old guys that got a whole bunch of pride get back on the court and say, let me see what I still got. I'm going to bust your ass. Get Paul Pierce back on the court. Get Kevin Garnett. Get Tim Duncan back on the court. Jamal Crawford could still play. I think he still plays regularly in like pickup games and stuff like that. Jay Crossover could still play basketball. He's still nice. Baron Davis, Stevie Francis. We saw Allen Iverson try to get back on the court in the Big Three tournament. Didn't go so hot, if I remember correctly. Jason Kidd, he's coaching now, so I don't know if that's something he'd really do. Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire. I don't think you can really go to anybody back in the 90s. They might be too old. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, Hakeem's still in decent shape. Olajuwon ain't bad, though. Olajuwon retired in like the early 2000s. I think he's still in pretty good shape the last time I seen him. That was a couple years ago, but I'm saying. I think Gary Payton's still in good shape. Karl Malone, I could almost guarantee you that guy's still in great shape. Maybe get Scottie Pippen out there if he could get over all this other stuff. He looks in shape, and I don't know what his actual like physical conditions are. People can look in shape, but you don't know, they might have some really bad knees or some bad elbows or bad back. They might look good, but David Robinson, I haven't seen him in a while, but I know that guy got to be in some good shape. I know he got to be. He just looks like one of those guys that's going to be in great shape for the rest of his life. Takes care of his body. Get this. Let's do another midsummer thing, Magic. Get some retired guys in that can still play basketball, and let's get it popping, man. I would love to see some of these old heads suit up again and play for a charity game. I'd love to see it. Love to. Get them back on the court, Magic. I'd rather see that than the current NBA All-Star game, if I'm going to be honest with you. You know how hype I'd be to see those guys get back on the court? Shoo. You kidding me? Anywho, y'all let me know what you think about it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? You think Magic Johnson should bring this back? You think we should get some old heads back on the court? Now, I don't want it to interfere with Ice Cube's Big Three. That's its own league. That's a thing that happens. They do a whole season, however long it is, I don't know. But I'm talking just one night, one event, get some old heads back on the court, get them back in the jersey, let them compete. I know they got more pride than what we see today in these All-Star games. Let them get some money, and then let the charity be what it is. You know what I mean? Let it happen, man. Give them two pools. They ain't gotta get a large chunk. $5,000, whatever the case may be. For some of them, that's still chump change. They've taken care of their financial situation, have good financial security. But a lot of these guys, they leave the league. They didn't take care of their finances. They were blowing money, weren't investing, weren't saving, and a lot of them go broke, man. Don't have any money. Now that happens. Appreciate y'all for stepping in, Carolyn. Appreciate you so much, and I catch y'all on the next one. We out, baby.